Jimmie, thanks a lot for joining us as always. The season got off to a great start with the crash at the Clash. Now, forgive me for asking the same question you've been asked 20 times this week. Was that you getting into Paul Menard, or was that Menard kind of getting into you? Your thoughts on what happened there?
Yeah, it was really a racing incident. I think I could have left a few more inches of room for Paul. Paul made a move to come down and try to block, and we touched there. So unfortunately, Paul crashed, and a lot of other cars were caught up in it too. But I just really think it was a racing incident, and I'll learn a lesson from that event and try to leave a few more inches in that heated moment of racing next time.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to talk to Paul, and did you guys discuss things at all about it?
Yeah, we caught up and talked, and it's unfortunate, and he was hopeful to win the race himself. So I certainly understand his emotions. He knows that it wasn't intentional. It was more of a racing incident than anything, and I told him that I'll try to leave a little bit more room there next time, just to increase the room of error in a situation like that.
Okay, very cool. Tell me your thoughts. When I heard what you said after the race, it sounded like you've got a little bit more edge, or maybe a more aggressive attitude going into the season. Has there been a little change in your mindset to what's coming up here in 2019?
Well, I mean, after having a tough 2018 and having one real shot at a win at the Roval in Charlotte, aggression, kicks in. You've got to be more aggressive, and the sport continues to evolve and become more difficult. Stage racing has added a lot of aggression to everybody in the field. So yeah, I definitely was being aggressive in the car. I don't think I'm out of my comfort zone or out of my window, but when you have a specialty race like that, it was raining just outside of the turn 1 and 2 wall as I was coming around that lap. I knew the race was going to end, and that was the white flag. I had to be aggressive and make my moves. So I don't necessarily think I'm different. Sure, there might be a little bit different because of a tough 2018, but I know the results didn't show it last year, but I was being plenty aggressive then, just not getting any rewards for it.
All right, very good. A big change for you this year is a new crew chief with Knaus out. Your thoughts? I know that you both felt it was the right time to maybe go different ways. Why was it the right time? What was it about the relationship that was no longer working for the two of you?
Yeah, in sports, and especially in motorsports, the driver-crew chief relationship is everything. And I'm the computer, in a sense, and trying to verbalize what I'm sensing and feeling in the car, and the crew chief's got to work on it and make the adjustments. The driver's got to go back out there and deal with it. And it doesn't take much to get off in that environment and not get the results you need. Our tenure together and respect for one another, we held on and gave it everything we could through a couple of tough years. And then it just seemed obvious it was time to make a change. And Chad has a great opportunity with William on the 24 car to lead him and develop him. And I've got a great opportunity with Kevin Menard to start this new chapter for the 48 car with a new crew chief and a new sponsor with Ally.
Yeah, tell us about Ally, the new sponsor. Lowe's out, Ally in. Tell us about Ally.
They've been a lot of fun, a great company, and it's amazing to see how quickly our world is changing. And my sponsor Ally doesn't have one kind of a bank. You don't go to a bank. There's not a brick and mortar bank to go to. It just doesn't exist for them. They're a fully digital online banking bank itself. So the world is changing. They're a lot of fun. They look to use NASCAR in a way that we're used to seeing sponsors do it, and really support and activate within it. So a very cool company, and then certainly a lot of fun's gonna be shown this year from all the stuff they're going to be involved with.
Cool. 2 more quick questions for you, Jimmie. On a side note and kind of a fun thought, when you're talking about an incident with Paul Menard, oftentimes you hear NASCAR drivers say, well, I feel bad getting into the 21 car, but this 48 car has got to keep moving. Is it less insulting to refer to a driver by his car number as opposed to his name?
I don't think of it. I guess I don't choose to mention the car number over the name. It just seems easier and a quicker way to describe the person than going through a first and last name. So it doesn't, yeah, it's more in that space than anything.
Okay, very cool. Finally, give us your thoughts on 2019. I know last year a 14th place finish in the final season standings, not where you want to be. How optimistic are you that you'll finish higher, and will you contend again for a season championship?
Yeah, those are my expectations. We need to win and win often, and then if we can make the Final Four and have a shot at Homestead, I think that's a great year for us. There's a lot of change in our sport, not only in what's going on with the 48 car that we've spoken about, but a new rules package on the cars for a lot of the tracks that we race at. So that's really going to shuffle the deck. And right now, we're not sure which team or which manufacturer is going to have the upper hand. So it's going to be an exciting kind of first quarter of the year, understanding what this new rules package is going to do.
Very cool. Jimmie, thanks as always for taking the time with us, and best of luck to you this season.
Thanks, buddy.